Fear. I've heard some people use it as an acronym for false evidence appearing real. I've heard other people use the acronym fuck everything and run. There's an acronym, what is it? Fuck everything and recover. Basically, it's a chemical reaction in the body designed to help you. What we often mistake for fear is an adrenaline dump. We get into a situation, the brain releases adrenaline into our body. The adrenaline is there to help us to fight. Makes us stronger, makes us quicker, anesthetizes us to pain to an extent. Or it can help us in running away. Now, if you can control that fear, that adrenaline dump, your life will be fantastic. Everything that you're afraid of, you're probably not actually afraid of. There's a good couple of books by Jeff Thompson, Hunting the Shadow and Beginner's Guide to Darkness. Hunting the Shadow is one that I would highly recommend. It's getting over your fear. If we can understand it, we can overcome it. So one of the first things to do is name your fear. I'm going to link under this a Frank Shamrock TED Talk. Frank Shamrock obviously being the former UFC World Champion and the MMA legend. I did review his autobiography in one of the other videos, so please do feel free to check that out. If you can name your fear, you know what it is. Once you know what it is, you can look at it logically and overcome it. So if your fear is of going to a martial arts class, why am I afraid of going to a martial arts class? They might beat me up. Okay, get in touch with the club, talk with them, watch a class, go talk to the instructor, talk to some of the people who are training, come away and go, do they seem like the guys that would take advantage of a white belt? Every great thing in life is the other side of fear. In one of Jeff Thompson's books, he mentions about how fear is an illusion that lives in the dark corner. It lives in the shadows. If you take the torch of enlightenment and education and shine it in the corner, the shadow dissolves. Fear is not there. Fear is an illusion. So the good news is we can overcome our fear very, very easy. Well, some fears will be easier to overcome than others, but they can be overcome. It will take a lot of you, it will take a lot of character, but you can overcome fear. Some fears are good. It's a good thing to be afraid of, man-eating tigers. It's good to be afraid of those. It's not good to be afraid of a man-eating tiger if you live in a big urban city, because the tigers aren't going to be there. Don't let fear, in that sense, rule your life. If there's very, 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 very slim to no chance whatsoever of me leaving my house to walk into town and suddenly seeing a man-eating tiger on the way, it's not going to happen. If I lived in the jungle, it'd be a concern. So the good news is we can overcome fear, we can get rid of the fear. The bad news is, for every fear you get rid of, another one will take its place. So, as an example, you're afraid of going to a karate class. Okay, so you're afraid of going to a karate class, you steel yourself, you don't think about it, you just go to it, get in through the door. You do the first karate class, you go, okay, great. Whew, did it. Nowhere near as bad as I thought it was going to be. I'm good. Keep going to a couple of karate classes, you start to enjoy it. Then the instructor says, we're going to have a grading. So now you've got rid of the fear of actually going to the karate class, but now you've got the fear of, oh shit, there's a grading. What if I don't do well on this grading? Grading comes and goes, you pass it, flying colours, no problem. Then you tell yourself, well, the next grading is the tough one. This was the first grading, it's designed to be easy. So now you're afraid of the next one. You do the next one, you go, okay, I've done a couple of gradings, I'm good. Then they say, great, you're now at a rank where you can spar. Now you're afraid of going and sparring. Oh, yeah, I can't spar. What the? Everything so far hasn't really been full contact. Everything so far, they've let me boom, boom, boom. It's with the grading, they just tell me what to do and I do it. Now I've got to spar. He's gonna kick me in the head. You start to spar a little, you get comfortable with it, you understand it's not the be all and end all, and it's not that scary of a thing. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. If you are in open sparring and you're not losing, you're in the wrong club. If you go to sparring and you keep dominating, you're totally in the wrong club because you're not learning anything. After a while of doing that, you're great. I now have no fear of sparring. I think I was afraid to come into the club. I was afraid to do my gradings. I was afraid of sparring. I've got rid of all those fears. Now you get the fear of, well, it's a black belt test, which is the big daddy of them. But yeah, wow. You then start saying stuff. Oh God, I'm so afraid of the black belt. I'm not going to be a black belt. Screw it. That's not going to happen. Before you know where you are, you've done several gradings and you're second on black belt. But then other fears pop up. Other fears will always pop up to take the place of the fear you just had. However, what you've got to do is look back over that journey. You've accomplished something great by becoming first dan, second dan, third dan, desperate dan, whatever it might be. You've accomplished something great by doing that. And you got there by overcoming at each step the fear that was presented to you. Now, for some reason, we as humans don't look at it that way. We look at it a different way. We go, oh my God, my life's always going to be filled with fear. What am I supposed to do? We should learn from every fear we've overcome. Everything good we've done, we've walked through the door. We've gone through a fear. Now, whether it be, you look at it and go, I'm never going to be able to control a car. Ever. But you overcome that fear by the first step, you're going to have a driving lesson. You have several driving lessons, then the fear comes of driving test. Ooh, you overcome the driving test fear, you pass the test, fantastic. Then you've got the whole thing of, am I really okay to be out on the road without people? Can I really drive? I'm certainly not going to drive on the motorway, stop that, I'll cause a crash. Each little fear you overcome, something better happens. Each fear you overcome expands the world you live in more and more. So a really keen indication is, if you're afraid of it, that's probably where you need to be. So every time I went to a boxing session, a Thai boxing session, a judo session, or a jiu-jitsu session, there was a part of me that was thinking, please let the door be closed when I get there. If I show up to the club and there's a sign on the door saying, really sorry about this, but the roof's leaking, we burst the pipe, whatever, the session's cancelled this week, I'm okay with that. I'm completely okay. It's been a nice little 2-mile walk. I'm completely okay with that. Because it's real. Those arts, those styles are real. You can't really get around them. You know you're going to be pushed. You know there's a chance that something could happen. But when you're finished, you've got a big smile on your face because you lived through it and you've done something. You feel better about yourself because you went through the fear, no matter how big or small it is. Now, there's no such thing really as a silly fear, because you might be afraid of something that I'm not. There are people that look at me and go, I could never, ever, ever, ever work on the door. I could never do that. Certainly not a one-man door. I'm okay with it. It's not an ideal job, but I'm okay with it. I can handle that. The flip side of that is, there's a guy I know who keeps posting pictures of himself holding tarantulas. Right? His name's James Tack. I think he's nuts. He's always holding pictures of himself with these spiders, with these lizards, with these snakes. Sod that. Snakes are not too bad with lizards, aren't too bad with spiders. He's picking up a spider for fun, you understand? To me, that's insane. That's something that I would really have to put a lot of thought and energy to do that, to pick up a spider, because I don't like little bastards. But to him, it's as easy as breathing. Some people have a real fear of going into a room full of people they don't know. Some people have a huge fear of public speaking. I had a fear of public speaking, worked as a stand-up comedian for a year. Right? Get over the fear, go through it, do something great. Start small, work your way up. So fear is an illusion. Fear is the doorway between you and everything you've ever wanted. Okay, whether it be an exam to get a qualification to do something in life, to become a whatever profession, whether it be getting yourself through the door and getting into a martial arts class, everything in between. You're afraid to start writing the great novel because you're afraid you might get writer's block. Well, you won't know until you try. Give it a go. Fear at the core is just your body not knowing how to react to an adrenaline dump. You get the hit of adrenaline, we don't know how to deal with it. Deep breathing, swilling a drink around your mouth, because when you get the adrenaline dump, our mouth goes dry. If you can swill, a drink or spittle, whatever it is that you can get, your mouth becomes wet. Your brain gets tricked into thinking, oh, well, maybe we're not under stress, maybe we're not afraid. if you do get the shakes, or your voice starts to go because of the adrenaline dump, just tap out a rhythm with your foot. There's lots of techniques out there. There's lots of people, fully qualified psychologists, far more qualified than myself, and doctors who can tell you about this, exactly why. They're all available online. Do some research on them. Don't don't let fear hold you back from anything. Alright? Whether it be going for a job, whether it be going for a grading, whether it be going for a girl, whatever it is, go for it. Don't let fear hold you back. Fear is nothing more than the doorway to what you actually truly want, what you need in life. Any comments, questions, or suggestions? Let me know. Thumb up, thumb down, interaction, it's all good. Please do like, share, and subscribe. Train hard, stay vigilant.